Perspective Blog X, Lakers-fandom. Before we get to the content, I would like to thank all my subscribers for your support. If you are not a subscriber, I invite you to support the channel, subscribe, and turn the notifications on. Thank you for your support. Welcome, Lakers fans. I don't know if you know, but there are huge rumors. Let me put it this way: that the Lakers are actually pursuing JaVale. That the Nets, are actually pursuing JaVale MaGee actively, and because they have realized they need somebody, a shot blocker, somebody, because their perimeter defense is not the best. So a lot of people are choosing to drive into pretty much the middle of the paint, and that's how most of the teams are tailoring their defense against the Nets. So there are heavy rumors that they are pursuing JaVale. So my question is, do you guys think that will be a threat, a legitimate threat to the Lakers? Because right now, even with the 3 stars, the Lakers would beat the Nets in a 7-game series, if they have to face it in the finals. Now, if they get shot blockers and rim protectors and a better defense in the paint, that would be more difficult for teams like anybody to beat the Nets. So that's why the Nets have been unsuccessful, even with the 3 stars. They have been losing games that people thought they would have won easily. And it's not like the stars didn't score, but they have no defense. They have no good defense. And that's a problem for them. Now, we can keep talking about it if you guys have any questions, but let me give you a rundown of what the Lakers face today. Cleveland is not a high-score team. Their field goal percentage is not good, and we are better rebounders. We basically are better at every category except for steals. So, and even shot blocking, we are number 3. The Lakers are the number 3 in the list of shot blocking teams, and the Cavs are number 15. So it's not like that JaVale is helping them big time, because Drummond is actually the starting center, and Drummond is not that great of a shot blocker. Hey, we have Danny Manuel here. Shout out. Lakers beat them easily in the series. Lakers have a lot of depth and the Nets sacrifice too much for the beard. That is true. That is true. But they are addressing some of those things. I mean, if they can get JaVale, they are going to start in the right direction because what they have in name should be a good center, but he's getting slow. This guy, Jordan, I don't remember the name, but he's not the excellent center you had before. So that's going to be an issue. That's definitely Dennis. But the Lakers still the favorite. I don't think they should have more defense. Their perimeter defense is bad. So even the drivers in the Lakers or the 3-point shooters in the Lakers still would have a lot to say, a lot to do against the Nets defense. So that's why still the Lakers have an advantage. But it's interesting that if in fact JaVale MaGee goes to the Nets, means that they are starting to trying to beef up their defense, because that's what JaVale MaGee will represent, rim protection and defense. But you know that JaVale is limited in his time, so that would still be a problem for the Nets. They would need to have another rim protector to switch. So I'm still not convinced that the Nets are going to be better. But let me do a rundown. Well, I did the rundown. This the stats are going to tell us the story. This team is really good defensively, but not good enough to stop the Lakers, unless the Lakers come with the let's go to sleep mentality that permeates the times that the Lakers have lost. I mean, the Lakers have lost just because the Lakers, not because the other team, but because the Lakers. The only team that really, you could say, that put up a fight was the Clippers. But that game, the Lakers were still not meshing well. A lot of bad passes, a lot of things. But that is what happens there. So I'm going to stop right here because the Lakers are starting the game with the Cavaliers. I predict the Lakers are going to win for over 10 points. That's my prediction. Maybe between 10 and 15 points. It could be more. But I think if the Cavs make a run for it, the 2 or 3 minutes left, maybe 4 minutes left, where the Lakers put the bench, 20-point advantage might go all the way down to 10, maybe 15. That's why I'm saying 10 plus, because that's what I think is going to happen. All right. So see you after the game, probably. And may God bless. Take care of each other and yourself, and may God bless. I said that already. Go Lakers. Go Lakers.